Hi, this is Erica Dyer with Incoherent Ramblings of a Crazy Bitch, and I am back again with Nick. How's it going, Nick?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. It's been kind of a rough week, but I got
Ooh,
through it. I got through it.
what was rough?
After I did the Days of the Dead convention with my friends and stuff like that, I got sick. I had
Ugh,
terrible diarrhea for for a couple of days.
that is the worst.
Yeah. Um
God, put you down and out, and but you're feeling better now.
yeah. I'm feeling better. I was feeling better. Yeah, it happened that following Tuesday, and by like Friday I was human again.
Did
So
anybody else get sick that you were with?
yeah. A couple of my friends got it as well, so I wasn't
Oh,
the only one.
okay.
Um, well, I mean, usually, after conventions, you get, the what's called the con crud, and I guess I got it real bad this time because I haven't gone to a convention in a while, so that was the problem.
Mm, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
well,
guess it
yeah,
has been a while because you didn't make it to Scarefest.
yeah, did make it to Scarefest, and I think that was the last one last year. And this is the first one this year. So yeah,
Hmm.
it's been a bit. It's been a while, and I have
Yeah,
my body is not acclimated to being around that many people
yeah.
for a bit. But no, it was fun, drank a lot. We were making mixed drinks at the table. We were making
Nice.
all kinds of stuff. We had rum, we had whiskey, we had gin. One of the guys was making martinis.
Jesus, you're making me thirsty.
We had beers that we kept doing. We kept doing beer runs and we just kept running out. It was terrible. Um, God, we were smoking weed and everything at the table, man. It was just like whatever we had, we were using. So we're having a good time.
Oh,
We were selling movies and trying
good.
to trying to get laid and stuff like that. We didn't get laid, but we sold some movies. Um,
Well, at least you made a little money.
yeah, that's true. It's true. Yeah, we did. We did make some money, so we had a good time. Though it was good. Had a fun
Good,
fun time.
good, good, good. Glad you had fun. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of shit too. I am sure you've seen it on Facebook.
Oh
But
yeah.
before we get into that stuff, do we have any questions, comments, concerns to our email, ericadyerpodcast@gmail.com?
We do have an answer to the question I posed last episode
Oh, you want to
about
remind
my
us? Yeah.
yes. The question was, should I bang my high school ex-girlfriend who's been pining for me for years? Um and we do have an answer from one of our regulars, TP,
Okay.
as we do not say names on this podcast just for reasons. He said, to your question, if you should or not. No, with an exclamation point. I've been there and done that. Not worth it. Just a
Oh,
bunch of drama. And I agree with Erica. Let her keep wishing for it. She knows she fucked up, and right now you hold the winning torch. Thanks.
oh God, I like that.
Thanks, buddy.
You hold the winning torch. That's
Winning
fucking
torch. That's
awesome.
good. That's good. I like that.
That is really awesome.
Yeah. Oh well. I mean,
Oh,
I'm not in Tennessee very often anymore, so and I doubt she's gonna hit me up again, but we'll see. There's always it's always a cycle. It's always a cycle.
yeah. And she'll be back around.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. Once I start posting like me traveling or shit again, I'm sure I'll get
Uh-huh.
a fucking bunch of them. Yeah,
Uh-huh. Oh,
yeah,
I'm sure.
yeah. No, I'm
I'm
I'm I'm
sure.
ter I'm terrible at that because I'll edit the fuck out of them and put in really good music and timing and like I'm terrible at it and just they look amazing. And then I get messages and questions all kinds. She's like, "Oh, where are you going? What are you doing? Who are you with?" I'm just like,
Oh,
"I'm
good
just
Lord.
I'm just moving through life, buddy. That's all I'm doing."
Yeah.
I
Living
always I
the
always give those
dream.
fucking Chinese proverb like fucking answers for all my stuff. They love that shit. It's so idiotic. God damn it.
Oh shit. Shit. Love it. Love it. Love it. Well, good. Good. Wasn't it Dion or somebody that you were going to ask specifically? Did they ever give you a
No, they
response?
he didn't give me a response. I'm sure he'll listen to the episode in a couple of weeks and he'll write a comment or something on the video or whatever. He'll text me or something.
Oh God.
As soon as he does, I'll read it. I will read it.
Okay. Oh, that is awesome.
But no,
It's a
how have you been? What's been going on in your life?
God, shit's been, it's been busy since the last time we recorded. Last weekend, or the other weekend. I get confused. I That's another thing. I got so much fucking shit going on. It's not even funny. Like I kept thinking I need to stop doing so many movies because, I do got a job and I don't want that to, be affected. And then my friends keep wanting to go to these parties and I'm like, I don't want to say no because I never hang out with my friends. I seriously for like over 10 years now, I completely dedicated myself to my job. Now I'm like fucking off. Barely doing my job. I mean, I'm doing my job. I am doing the work that is required of me. And I'm more like an average employee, not so much like the Erica that people are used to. So I do got to cut back. But I went to film New Year's Eve.
Nice.
In Kentucky. Yes, that was fun. There was some people down there, good friends. Met up with them. One thing that happened, God, I'm so stupid sometimes. So I packed all my shit, right?
Right.
And when I got down to Kentucky, I wanted to change and go to this VIP party they were having. And I realized I had forgotten my toothbrush. So I had no, actually, I had my toothbrush. I didn't have toothpaste, but I had mouthwash. So that night I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to go to this party. I'm going to run downstairs. I'll just swish with this mouthwash and then I'll stop at the front desk and see if they have toothpaste. Well, of course, I fucking start drinking and forget to stop at the front desk for toothpaste. So, like the next morning, I'm halfway hung over. I'm throwing up. Not bad, not bad. But I was getting sick and I'm like, oh my God, I don't have anything to brush my fucking teeth with. And I'm like, so I'm taking this mouthwash and I'm pouring it on my toothbrush and I'm like trying to scrub the shit out of my tongue because I'm giving somebody a ride to the set. So I didn't want to run all the way down to the front desk, see if they had toothpaste and run all the way back up because they're like, okay, I'm in the lobby. I'm like, I won't be ready for like a half hour. Good Lord. But yeah, I finally did get some toothpaste, but not till after we filmed that day. So I'm glad I didn't have to talk in anybody's face. I kept like, eating mints and gum and shit like that. But I did scrub with mouthwash as good as I could. It's not the same feeling though.
Yeah, well, at least you tried. At least you
I
tried.
did.
That's good. That's important.
I did. I did. I tried, but that was fun. I had more scenes than I thought I was going to. I actually was in 3 different scenes. But I didn't get a scream. I'm so fucking sad. So at at the VIP party, one of the directors was there. I don't know what all he is, director, producer, writer. I don't know what all he's involved in. But I'm kind of fucking toasted. And I'm like, are you going to have me scream tomorrow? And he's like, I don't know exactly what so-and-so's going to have you do. And I said, ooh, if you don't hear me scream, you're missing out. And he's like, really? And I said, oh, yeah. And then the next day, I didn't get to scream in my one scene. And I'm like, well, that's disappointing. And then I started thinking about it. I'm like, I wonder if he thought I was coming on to him because, I'm fucking drunk. Yeah, you want to hear me scream? You don't want to miss out on me screaming. Yeah, I didn't.
That sounds like it a little bit. Yeah, no, that does sound like you're coming on to him a little bit.
Oh, well, I wasn't. I just wanted to scream, but I'm sure they'll add something later. It just, where we were filming, it may not have worked well for the sound. But so I did that. This coming weekend, I'll be going to California to be filming Give Me a Skin for Dancing In, or is it Bring Me a Skin for Dancing In? I never know. I get confused with all these movie names. I'm like, what the fuck is this one called? And I went to did you see my 80s party that I went to?
Yeah, yeah. They posted pictures recently. I was jealous of
Yeah.
that, man. There's I always love a good 80s party, you
Oh, it was
know.
so much fun. So much fun. And why I had green eyeshadow already, I don't know. But it was like 99 cents. And it was this green sparkly eyeshadow I found, and I did buy that. And then next weekend, um, the 18th, I'm going to, they call it an adult prom.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
So yep, so I got to wear formal attire for that. And I'm like, oh, good Lord, between these movies and these parties, I'm never going to get anything done. But,
How
that's all right.
how difficult your life is. How dare you have go to these parties and do these movies and
Oh, God forbid.
scream and change clothes and drink and enjoy yourself. How fucking dare you, Erica?
I know. I know. But another thing that happened in Kentucky when I was coming back. So the only thing I can figure sometime in the past month, one of my credit cards I must have lost. I don't recall losing it. It actually wasn't one that was in my name. It was one that I had copied for my son. And I only know it because the other day I was checking online, payday is like Friday. And there was like a charge for McDonald's that day. And my one son was at work, my other son was sleeping. I'm like, who the fuck went to McDonald's? So I called the credit card company. It was McDonald's in Indianapolis. So we went through the last 2 months of charges. And when I was down in Kentucky, somebody was using my card in Indianapolis and they'd been using it, but it was always small purchases that I never noticed because I travel so fucking much. And it was like a gas, a little bit of gas, a little bit of fast food. Um, they went to Kohl's once and spent like $57, but it was never a big amount. But yeah, somebody had my fucking credit card. So now I have a dispute thing going on. They're going to take the charges off. It was only a few hundred altogether, but yeah, sneaky bastards. I didn't even notice it.
I
Have you
hate
ever
that
had
shit.
something like that happen? I'd never had that happen before.
Yeah, yeah, that's happened to me before. I've had it it happened whenever there was like some sort of hack that happened at like Home Depot about 5 or 6
Mm,
years ago. And I noticed there were charges on my card from all these like it was mainly like it was bigger items from Best Buy and shit. And I'm like, I haven't been to Best Buy. I don't buy from them.
hmm.
And I called the card company. And I was like, yeah, cut it off, whatever. And then we find out on the news is that there was this giant hack from Home Depot.
Oh,
They literally called somebody up and asked for like the modem number and gave it to them or whatever. And then they had like 10 million credit cards or
oh,
whatever on
good
their
God.
machines. And luckily we found it and whatever. And my bank issued me the card that following week or whatever. So yeah, but no, I hate that shit because it's always a pain in the ass to dispute it and to try to get your money back and stuff. And it's easier with a credit card, but I think I had a debit card at the time, so it's a little bit more difficult. But
Yeah.
no, I was on them every day, trying to get the money back and stuff. So I mean, I got it. Luckily, they didn't charge me anymore, and they found the person and stuff, so
Hmm.
it was fine.
Well, and see the thing with mine, they have a physical card. The girl at the call center said it was read by chip reader. It wasn't online
Oh,
purchases. They have a physical card. And it's not even a card my son carries, but I looked at home where we keep the cards and it wasn't there. So I'm like, did I grab his card one time and accidentally leave it somewhere? Did one of the boys, even myself, have somebody come into our home that's a friend of ours and, you know, take a card and think, oh, well, I'll just take one. Erica won't notice because she has like fucking a million of them. Um, I don't know, but we'll find out.
well, I mean,
You
it's from what you said is like the person was at least smart and didn't do giant purchases. If they were doing just like fast food, gas, and then like Kohl's here and then, like I mean that's smart on them for not alerting you to like these giant charges.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but
Cause I would have noticed that right away because I do have big purchases on that card. But I had even paid 1 month of a bill. I didn't catch it. It had been going on for over a month. I truly didn't catch it because the purchases were small and they made sense. And if they wouldn't have went to fucking McDonald's, I'm telling you, that's what did it, because I'm like, there's no way somebody went to McDonald's this morning, you know. But yeah, like the one, I was in Kentucky and there were 3 charges for gas. And I said, I'll tell you right now, I did not get gas 3 times. I was not getting gas in Kentucky and getting gas twice in Indianapolis in the same day. I did not do that. So
It's
yeah,
one hell
we
of a
had to
drive.
go.
It's one hell of a drive.
I know. I'm like, good Lord, big gas guzzler or something. I'm like, nope, nope. And I said, maybe they were buying gas for their friends because they stopped twice in one day and got gas in Indianapolis. So I'm like, they were probably like, yeah, this chick doesn't realize we're using her card. Now, what's going to be really sad is because they do have the physical card, which means they did go up to registers for, Kohl's, sure had the camera, the gas stations, cameras, shit like that. Eventually they may catch them, and it's probably going to be somebody we know. Like I said, one of my friends, one of my kids' friends, and the fact it's in Indianapolis and I live in the state of Indiana, it's got to be somebody I know. It's not.
And if the card is marked stolen, then they're gonna have a problem. I mean, I assume when it says that and like it comes up in the machine, they might have to call the cops, something like that. I don't know how exactly it works, so it's hard to say.
Well, if they say, "Oh, your card was declined," at that point they'll probably be like, "Oh, yep, sorry," and peace out. But yeah, I'd never had that happen. Never had that happen ever. I've never had my identity stolen, never had anybody take a card, but I do know other people that it's happened to. As a matter of fact, one of my good friends, it was a girl that was a friend of hers that was cleaning their house and stuff, had taken their credit card, and how they found out was she got cable hooked up and used their credit card, and they saw a cable charge on the credit card statement. They were like, cable? We don't have cable. Yeah. And it's just such a stupid thing. Like my person, it was small purchases. My chances of catching it were very, very small, but cable? I mean, what, every month you're going to hope they don't catch you? I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's especially with somebody, if it's a friend or somebody or that's in your circle, that's even worse.
Yeah.
Because then it's a whole trust issue thing as well.
Yeah.
But then I don't know. It's a weird thing to do. I know there's a whole business with it. There's a whole scam ring of people who do that. Like that's kind of how they live and stuff. But that's rough to do, to constantly look for credit cards or try to find them or hack some way through some systems and try to find some scam to keep things going. Like that's a lot. It seems like it's almost that, like at that point your job is scamming. Like why don't you just get a real job and just work retail and really piss people off or something?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Like at that point you're just working a shit job.
Yep.
That's really what it is.
Yep. Yeah. Going around getting little purchases. Yeah, they ate a lot of fast food. So once I started looking through my statement, then my son, bless his heart, he's like, well, at least they weren't spending big purchases. They were getting food and gas and clothes. But I still hope they get in a wreck. I'm like, God damn, son.
Also, why wouldn't you put money on like a gift card or something and then keep it for later?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, because I mean,
that's a good idea, actually.
Well, yeah, and I'm giving.
Now you're giving people ideas.
And I'm giving people ideas because I mean, with the gift cards, they're not really tracked or regulated as far as I know. So I'm sure somebody will comment and tell me differently. But you can buy them with a credit card and things like that, and you can keep them afterwards. At least if like the card gets caught and declined, you have some stuff afterwards to use. Like even if you get like a a Wendy's card or a McDonald's card or a Taco Bell card or a gas card. At least, like
Mm-hmm.
you can keep it going if you want to.
Yep. Yeah. No, that's actually really, really smart because they could have done that.
Yeah.
But now I know we're going to find out who they are.
If you do, will you tell us?
I will.
Okay.
I will absolutely tell you. And I keep trying to think because I was like, because my boys, yes, they have duplicates of those cards, but they don't carry them. I have them locked up for an emergency. I mean, they're not locked, but they are in a lockbox, but they're for emergencies. So did I grab the wrong card and lose it somewhere? I'm like, how the fuck did this person get a copy of the card? And then my son was like, well, yeah, if they were going to come in and take the card out of the lockbox, why didn't they take the cash? I'm like, maybe because they thought I'd noticed the cash missing. But you got a stack of cards there, and they just took a card. Oh, I don't know, but I'll find out. I'll find out because I get shitty. I don't care that it was just a few $100s. I get shitty, which is why I am going to trial with the IRS and state tax court. Fucking
Oh
better
gosh.
believe I'll be doing like Matlock down there. I'll be like, no, I don't want a virtual trial. I want a trial.
I don't know. When I think of Matlock, I think of like a Louisiana court where there's like the really slow fans, everybody's sweating, and he's got that accent, and they're just people constantly just fainting because it's so hot in there for some fucking reason. I don't know. I've been watching too much Quantum Leap. That was always like the court scenes in Quantum Leap.
Oh
we're like
my
always in
God.
Louisiana.
I love Quantum Leap, except for the last episode. The new one, have you seen the new Quantum Leap?
I don't do remakes, especially like that show that like I watched that show and I loved every episode. And then they
Yeah.
did, and like the remake I heard was supposed to be a continuation, and then it became a remake, and I was like, oh, I'm not gonna
It
watch this.
it is a continuation. There's some things I don't like about it, but it is a continuation. They refer to the program as in the past, like, oh, and they've updated everything. Yeah. Yeah, it's not a complete, it's a continuation, only like what, 20 years later or something like that.
Yeah, I would have done it completely differently. I would have had them like revive the program and update everything and all that other crap, and like had a new kid or knew somebody talk to him, like find him, like track him down or something.
Well,
And
and that might be part of what this is about, because the one guy because they did update everything, it's the program is updated, and the one guy who's leaping right now, he lost his memory and he started leaping without telling anybody. He like hid it, and they tracked him down so they can, talk to him and that, but he doesn't remember why he started leaping.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird because like that show's very like it's kind of revered as like one of the best sci-fi shows ever.
Yeah.
And I watched it all the way through once, and I was like, this is such a good and it's so hard
Yeah.
to do a time travel show that's like longer than 2 seasons.
Yep.
And they did it, and like they had the music and everything, and him helping people, and just his character in general was
Yep.
wonderful. There was that really powerful 3-episode arc for JFK they did, which was
Yeah.
super interesting, and also like really like they were really into it.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned way more about that whole thing than I ever have in school. It was crazy. But I don't know. I'm not really one for remakes. I always think of it as kind of like it makes me lose faith in the entertainment industry as a whole whenever they do remakes like that, because it's like you have people who have good ideas for other
Mm-hmm.
shows.
Yeah.
I know there are, because I've talked to me and my friends have come up with drunk ideas that are better than the things they have on TV now. So there are ideas, but it seems they keep doing remakes of stuff, and that just makes me sad for them, because it's like you have original stuff you can pull from,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't want to.
Well, and they've done that with Criminal Minds too.
Yeah.
It was trying to be a continuation of the past. But yeah, I didn't think it was bad, but I would like him to find I can't remember the doctor's name, but Scott Bakula.
Sam Beckett.
Sam Beckett. Okay.
Yeah, I know
I
that.
was saying the actual actor.
Yeah. I know that out of nowhere. I just remembered his name. Sam Beckett is his name. Yeah.
Dr. Sam
Okay.
Beckett. Yep,
Yeah.
yep. That would be neat because dude's still alive. Shit, he's,
Yeah.
60s. So bring him back, man. Have him find him. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
Well, no, and that was the thing is like, that's the thing Scott Bakula said. They thought they were going to use him for the show, and
Mm-hmm.
that was the original idea. And then all of a sudden, like the show, he saw the poster for the show, and he's like, "Oh, I didn't know you guys started already, and you didn't need me." And
Okay.
he's like, "Oh, yeah." He's like, "Well, they just did it." So that's kind
Mm,
of the thing, and it's kind of like, you could have done a whole thing where like Scott becomes Sam, who keeps helping the kid. He's the hologram that helps
mm-hmm.
him now,
Yeah.
and he's trying to help him come through. And the kid and him like switch places, and he's finally out. And
Yeah.
you could make it this whole thing, and involve the old guy, and kind of continue the whole thing. I mean, it would have been cool to do it that way.
Yeah. It
But
would have. It would have. But they need the young, sexy, cast now.
that is, well, yeah. To be fair, you do need the young, sexy people. I mean, that's kind of why I watched that show Riverdale on CW, because
Oh, yeah. That was good.
the girls on that show were making out every other episode. I swear to God, and I was just I was there for it. I was there for it.
That was a show of beautiful people. That
Yeah, no.
is.
Oh God, dude, those girls.
Yep. Yep. Oh my God.
Especially Betty. She was my favorite. She was my favorite. She was getting sluttier as the show went on. Like she was getting real
Oh yeah.
promiscuous.
Yep.
I was down for that. I was like, what are you doing this week? What's going down?
Is that show still on?
No.
Uh,
No, it went off the rails. I think the last two seasons were like,
and
so
they were like,
they were
no
trying
more.
to emulate Marvel and doing some superhero stuff. They had like
Good
a
Lord.
whole like multiverse thing. I was like, no, I can't do this.
Yeah, God, that's stupid. That's stupid. Oh, good Lord. Did you see my open mic?
Yeah, I watched the whole video. I was so happy with it, man. Oh my God.
That was just, well, I signed up for it because we have that Summit City Comedy Club in Fort Wayne, and I didn't realize Wednesday was falling on I guess like the first of the month, because you have to fill out and you have to request it at the end of the month prior, and then it's like at the beginning of the next month, so the first of the next month, they'll send out a notice saying these are the weeks that you'll be able to do open mic and you'll be on the list. And if you don't show up or cancel prior to 24 hours, you can't do it again for 2 months. And my fucking name was on there that day, like in a couple hours. I was like, holy shit. So,
Ooh.
yeah. Yeah, that's why it was so funny, because I was trying to think of something to say. And as I was driving up there, one of my friends called me. Oh my God, my friends can be so funny sometimes. So I have these friends, men and women, who would be like, they wouldn't get up and do stand up, or they won't do a podcast or things like that. But they'll be like, Erica, I'll tell you my story and you can use it. I'll save that for a podcast, because there's some good ones. There's some good ones that they've been telling me.
Oh, nice.
But as I was driving up there, I'm like, what the fuck am I going to talk about? So, of course, I get there and I have a couple drinks. I'm like, I'm so fucking, I didn't plan anything. And there at the end where I still have my granny panties on, those are like legit my underwear that I put on as I was headed up there. And I'm like, what would be funny? What would be really memorable and funny here? So, yeah. Yeah. So that means I've done open mic now twice
Awesome.
in the past couple months.
Are you going to write are you going to pursue it and write a set?
Oh, this Summit City Comedy Club shit, they only give you 4 minutes.
Okay.
And it's maybe at a different place, because as I'm traveling, the more I do it, the more confident I'll get being back on stage, because it's been a while. And I'm telling you, the last couple times, of course, it was when I had stopped drinking too. The last couple times I had gotten on stage, I didn't get as good feedback. I wasn't as funny, or it was the same things they had heard before. And if you don't keep it new and fresh, then people kind of lose interest. So,
and you know, this is gonna sound horrible, but like, to be honest, I think when a woman comes up to do comedy, there's a higher, like, there you have to achieve, you have to like go a little bit harder in the paint and like do something different, because as
Yeah.
soon as, personally, whenever I personally, this is me, whenever I see a woman get up on a comedy stage, I'm just like, oh, here's 30 minutes of her shitting on dudes. You
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
that's the thing I always hear, and I'm just like, I'll turn my brain off. Now there have been you know, a few that have been really just, you know, laugh out loud funny,
Hmm.
but the majority of them will just be like 5 to 30 minutes of just like, oh, I hate men, and men are the worst. I'm like, okay, fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah. Or they talk about their periods.
Or talk
I've
about their
noticed that.
periods.
I've noticed that too. That is like the main thing
Yeah.
that they want to talk about. And it's like, oh, good Lord. Nobody wants to talk about that shit. But yeah, so I did open mic. Like I said, it's been a busy couple weeks. Headed up to Chicago. I'm up here for work. Had a fucking hell of a time trying to get dinner tonight. I was going to come up because I knew we were going to record. And I thought, you know what? I'll go to the restaurant. I'll sit down, have a nice dinner because they have a bar Louie in this hotel. And I was like, I'll sit down, have a nice dinner, have a drink. I'll have to have it ring separate from my food because work will pay for my food, not my drink. I sat there for 15 minutes.
Oh.
The hostess seated me with the menu, and she's like, I'll put you right here. Nobody even got me a glass of water. Not a single server came by my table. So after 15 minutes, I got up and went back to my room, but I was still trying to stay positive. So I'm like, okay, so I won't have a drink, but I can do DoorDash and get food delivered. And so then now I'm all pissy, right? Because I didn't get what I originally wanted. And this poor DoorDash kid. So this hotel, I'm on the 5th floor. And he calls me, he goes, okay, I'm outside with your food. I said, outside? You're outside? You're not going to bring it to me? And he's like, well, you're in the hotel? And I'm like, yeah, 510. You ain't going to come bring it to me? And he's like, well, I'll be in the lobby waiting for you. I said, you better be in the lobby because I'm not going outside. I was shitty to this kid, but I was mad. First of all, I didn't get served a bar Louie. Then you make me take the elevator all the way down. You go, and the coming back, I'm like, Erica, that was stupid because, you know, he's probably ready to go try to run off and do his next DoorDash thing. And I'm all pissed off because I had to take the elevator downstairs.
Well, yeah, no, that's the thing I had to do at our convention, because also one thing I will complain about it, there's a Dead convention in Atlanta this year, is that you've been to a couple of these where like Saturday they have like a band playing, or like there's a movie going on, or something, like there's something going on Saturday night, like in the hotel.
Yeah.
Well, for some reason, Days of the Dead Atlanta said, "Oh, we're going to not do the event here. We're going to do it at like a stage or an arena or like a bar down the street."
Oh.
And nobody knew about this until like afternoon of Saturday, because they didn't put it on their website, their flyer, nothing. So everybody who's like now locked into this hotel in downtown Atlanta, like where there's like $25 a day parking or some shit, and you have to walk everywhere to get to, you know, food or whatever, has to then take an Uber to this
Oh,
venue, pay to get in, pay for drinks, and get an Uber back.
Oh,
and you know, it's a whole thing. It's like you could have done it in the hotel.
Oh my God, that's
This is
so
how
annoying.
this is how it's been for eons. But no, you tried to be cool about it and things like that. And I think I don't know what it was. Either like one of the people they had like required it this way or something, or wanted it to happen, or what. I don't know what was going on, but like it was quite idiotic. And I was like, so Saturday, like, you know, we got our food, we all went back up to the room and just kept smoking and turning on the TV and putting on YouTube and singing to fucking songs and shit until we all passed out.
Oh, God.
That was our Saturday night. You know, and I was like, man, you guys really fucked up, because we were ready to like jam out and like, you know, be in a mosh pit of some fucking band or whatever. Nope, can't do it. Don't want to leave the fucking hotel and pay another $50 just to, you know, entertain ourselves and come back. Like, it's not worth it.
God.
Yeah.
Some of these places, they just don't think. They just don't think.
Mhm.
Are you going to go to Scarefest this year?
I'm going to try and make it. I really am. I need to see the dates of it, and I will do accordingly, because I'm trying to keep there's only like one thing I want to do in October, and that's this year, and that's to go to Salem, Massachusetts, and do the whole like witch thing and look at all
Yeah,
that
you had
bullshit.
talked about that.
That's my only thing on this October. Last year I went balls out and did a bunch of shit, but this year that's the only thing.
Yeah, Kathy and I only got a 1-day ticket for Saturday. Because we talked about it and it's like, oh my God, I've got like these VIP tickets the last 2 years. You know, I'm spending all this money, and then all we do is we sit down at Lex Live and drink all damn day and night. So it was like such a waste. And so we did get a 1-day ticket so we could go in and, you know, buy some things and that. But no, we'll just hang out at the Lex.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'll look at the dates and things and figure it out from there, because yeah, that's my only
Right.
that's my only thing I'm doing this year is that. Everything else is going to be local, because I know I know some friends in Atlanta, you know, missed me last year. They want to do some stuff, and I was like, you know, fucking jet setting all over the fucking place.
Yep.
So
That's what I feel like this year. I'm like, my God, I'm kind of tired of it, you know?
Yeah,
It's like at first it's exciting. Now I'm kind of like, oh, another movie? Oh, forgot about that one.
Yeah, I did my traveling and my crazy flights and stuff last year. I'm just like, this year I'm gonna try to just drive to where I needed to go or whatever. Because I know that in North Carolina, and I think Durham, North Carolina, there's something called Splatter Flicks, where
Ooh.
it's Friday through Sunday, and they have like 3 theaters in this very small like college in this theater that they have in town, and they show all these old slasher movies for like the entire day. They serve beer, they have popcorn. Like the beer they have is really good. Like it's local stuff, and it, like you can either have like the Bud Lights or have the really expensive like, you know, IPA shit that they serve. Either way, it's fun. You drink all day, and you just and like the good thing is like there are a bunch of local restaurants that are like within 2 blocks of the place that you can go eat it and then come back.
Mm-hmm.
And that's usually what I've done is like I'll just get a hotel nearby, walk to the venue, and just kind of walk in that, you know, that 2 block or 3 block radius, and just watch movies, fall asleep in the theater, and enjoy myself the whole weekend. So I'll see about that and see what happens. But yeah, I'm just trying to keep my schedule open for October this year. See what happens.
All right. Well, Kathy and I just have that one thing planned. So if you don't make it, I'm sure we'll see you somewhere else.
I really will try to make it this year. I really will.
If you don't make it, I'll just tell you all about it.
There you go.
All right. Well, I think that's just kind of caught us up a little bit, kind of what was going on. You had some fun. I had some fun. But yeah, I got lots of other things planned, and we'll have to save some of that for next time.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, if anybody has any questions, comments, concern, make sure you get those into ericadyerpodcast@gmail.com.